McQuade. All right.
All right,
Um,
ready? Let's
are we
get this show on the road.
Yeah, let's get this show rolling.
okay? So today is Friday, September 13th. This is week 2 preview number second show we're doing. Um, so I guess first thing on the list we got to talk about. I'm back in New Jersey. I was in Pasadena last week, home. It's been kind of a long fucking week of red eyes and working doubles, and I'm fucking a little tired. But this is my first day off, so all right. Antonio Brown. The last time we talked, it was a shitstorm with him joining the Patriots. He now is being investigated by the NFL after allegations from his former girlfriend and trainer that he sexually assaulted her, raped her. And let's not forget, this is a civil case. There were no criminal charges filed. She's going to be meeting with the NFL in a week from now because of her. She's getting married right now. Do you guys want to? I have a take. I'll let you guys talk if you want. One of you guys like to start? Connor, let's hear your take.
I mean, this is like in many ways like this is like worse than what I thought would actually happen when AB came to the Pats. Like I thought that I mean, and the thing is that we don't know what happened. You know, like we don't really know it officially until like the police have finished their investigation and stuff like that. You know, so it's tough to say. The fact that the allegations have even come up in the first place is really not good. The thing is though is that like Goodell has not, proven in the past that he has consistency when it comes to punishing players for either, like doing bad things or for anything else in that matter. I mean, look what happened with Tyreek Hill in the offseason, like, like video emerged of him basically admitting to abusing his child, and he did not get put on the commissioner's exempt list.
It was audio. It was audio of him talking about doing these things.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Right, an audio recording. But either way, I mean, I feel like Goodell is not going to do anything about this unless like AB is proven guilty in court. Essentially, that's the only way that's going to like something will happen to AB in the NFL from the league standpoint. As far as what the team does, I don't know. That's the thing. So.
All right, Elijah, what are your thoughts on this news?
I think that I mean, it happened. I mean, I don't know if it really did happen, but I mean, basically, it's just like a last minute type of thing. Because my initial thought it was so last minute. It's like it's so beyond past it. It's like they had so much issues along the Raiders organization from when he was being just doing all this that and the third with the team, and then being released to the Patriots and stuff. It's like now they try to bring up more stuff that's basically unnecessary now because he's in with a new team, new system, and with the same and basically he wants to win a championship. And now actually for as an update, he is willing to play on Sunday against the Dolphins. He's willing to play. So
right, he's not on the commissioner's exempt list for this week. The team's going to allow him to play.
Yep.
All right, so there's a lot to fucking unpack here. I think I want to start with the people who said that he's not going to be a distraction for the Patriots were so fucking wrong about that.
Yeah.
He didn't even fucking practice. He didn't even get to day one. Didn't even get on the field, and there's already a media shitstorm. So they were fucking wrong. But in terms of, all right, so a couple things here. This isn't a criminal case. This woman never filed any charges or went to the police about him. She's reaching out to the NFL. My first response is I want to wait and see what the facts are. I want to hear how this meeting goes with the NFL. I'm not going to assume that this guy did these things until I hear from her. She posted a conversation of the text messages that he sent her, which, if in fact are true, and we find out that this came from him, it's a little suspect. I'll read you. I don't know. Have you guys seen the text messages?
Oh.
All right.
No.
So her lawyer posted this, where he wrote to her, I jack my dick on your back, slept with you in bed, fuck your knowledge, bitch. I've been pro before you even know. This is like 2 paragraphs of him slandering her and like really crude shit that he's saying to her. But the first sentence he says, I jack my dick on your back, slept with you, fuck your knowledge, bitch. So part of the claim that she's saying is that he jacked off onto her back while she didn't know about it, sexually assaulted her, and there was multiple instances of sexual abuse and rape.
Wow.
That's not good.
It's not good when you essentially, I mean, you kind of admitted to doing at least part of what she's claiming, right?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but then at the same time, it's like, okay, we already know what his motive was at the time. I mean,
well, what was his motive? What do you mean?
Like in terms of like whatever he wanted to do at the time. I mean, in that moment, in that sense, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't really and at the same time, now she's about to get married to somebody else. It's like,
right. The timing's really fucking weird. Like, why would you come through this and say these things like a week before your wedding? Now, I've never been involved. I've never been raped, so I can't like speak for this fucking woman. I try to think of things from both sides, right? It's really fucking weird timing. The only thing I can think of is like this woman wanted to get the shit off her chest before she gets married so she can go into this marriage with a clean slate. But this is going to bring so much fucking attention to this woman in her, like, over the next week, months. So it's a little strange.
It could be too that she just like sometimes like it takes a while for like court cases to get processed and stuff like that. And you know,
no, man, there's been no fucking charges filed by the police. Nothing. This is strictly civil.
Yeah. No, that's what I mean though. Like a court, like even for civil courts, sometimes they take a while to process by the courts rather. You know what I mean? And so maybe it's like this is now just she filed it a long time ago, and even then, even if it was like a while ago, I think you're probably right. If this was a long time ago and she's coming to about it now, it's just something she felt like she needed to get off her chest, you know? Like, so I don't know though. It is that part is suspicious too, because that's the other thing too is we don't know how long ago this was that they actually that this happened.
It was in 2017.
Oh, it was in
2017, okay. And so the statement, Antonio Brown's lawyers put out a statement saying that shortly after Mr. Brown signed a contract making him the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL, he was approached by his accuser in 2017. He was asked to invest $1.6 million into the woman's business project. And he said no. And so essentially what they're saying is this could be a quote unquote money grab from the woman. I don't know enough about the facts yet. I'm not going to sit here and say one way or the other. I want to let this play out. I just think that in terms of like the football aspect, dude, this guy is like a walking fucking time bomb.
Yeah.
Wherever he travels, he's bringing so much negative fucking attention around him. And you can say like, yo, it's not that fair. It's not, he didn't do this fault. It's now coming out that back in February of 2019, earlier this year, he was investigated by the NFL for domestic violence charges against one of his child's mother. She reported that she went over to the house to collect money for a haircut. He pushed her, slammed the door on her, and threw her to the ground. That's not something that's coming out today, this week. That's something that was reported, posted in February. I don't know what's going on with those charges yet, but I don't know, man. It's not a good look. It's not the text. Yeah. What you got?
No, yeah. I don't know, man. Like, I still don't know if like what the deal with him internally is though. And the thing is like I don't think I'll ever be able to know, and I don't think any of us will, because like we're just watching this all unfold through the internet or TV. But like, part of me still is wondering, though, is like, is there some mental health component to this whole thing that's going on with him? Because his behavior is so
erratic, so erratic.
Yeah, and you just don't see that from a quote unquote regular person, or
somebody who doesn't get their head bashed in every day from playing football.
Well, yeah, exactly.
All right, Elijah, what do you think, man?
I think so going back to what you said about the facts about the whole allegations for the rape investigation from 2017, right? Was she still with the Raiders organization, or she was with a different team at the time?
Right. So she was a personal trainer that they went to college with. I don't know what team she worked for or who she worked for at the time. I have no idea.
Yeah, because here's the thing: if we knew about who she was working for and stuff, then there could have been allegations where it's like he could have been thinking about joining that team just for her at the time, maybe, but maybe not. But at the same time, it's like you got to understand that she just wants it for the money. Honestly, she just put her in a really bad position right now. Like now, all the media, maybe like most of the media is about to go on her. Once the story unfolds and whatnot.
Right. I think that's a possibility. I also think it's a possibility that this guy's a fucking ticking time bomb and he's very toxic. And the way he treats his personal life may very well be how he treats his, the way he treats his professional life may very well translate to how he treats his personal life. Now that there's two of these that are reported, he was also they were looking into recently a child endangerment case in Pennsylvania. That's been dropped. That was circling around the media yesterday. They're no longer looking into that. But I agree. Like he could possibly have done these things. She also could possibly have fucking just been looking to, make some money off this. I'm going to let the facts play out. He's playing this week against the Dolphins. It's a little weird to root for this guy now. All these people are coming out, like all these Steeler fans, like, oh, I don't hear you Patriots fans fucking hooting and hollering for Antonio Brown anymore. It's like, yeah, dude, no shit. This is a pretty serious fucking matter. The guy may have fucking raped somebody. Like, It's not like, all right.
Yeah, so, we're moving on.
Let's go on to the next topic. You want to talk about the Jets, or do you want to talk about Thursday Night Football game Cam Newton last night? What do you guys want to do?
Can I just bring up a stat though about, and it has to do with both of those games though.
Okay.
Since the 1990 season or whatever the season was, where like the NFL had like up to 30 of the 32 teams or whatever. I don't think it was when we were at the level we're at now, but whatever though. Mm-hmm. Since like the last 20 years or something like that, when a team goes 1-1. Okay, their chances of making the playoffs are about 40% after the first two games, which is not that bad. Pretty good, But when a team falls to 0-2, their chances of making the playoffs becomes 9%.
I heard that stat too.
So certain teams do pull off the miraculous, the impossible. So
of course. But it's only about 9% of them. That's the thing.
Right. So you can't go 0-2 if you want to have a shot at the playoffs. It does happen. Mm-hmm. I think the year the Giants won the Super Bowl the first time against the Patriots, I think they went 0-2. So they might have been the last team to win a Super Bowl to do it. So the Panthers played the Bucs last night. I thought the Panthers were going to come in and fucking crush the Bucs. Ended up being a very close game. Cam Newton threw for under 50%. A lot of people said, he's been very inconsistent with his throws. I caught the last quarter. I got off work. I saw the last few minutes. They did the goal line stand where they essentially on fourth down, they needed a touchdown to win the game. They ran the Philly special to Christian McCaffrey, the running back, extends the ball over the goal line, just barely doesn't get it. They review the play. Elijah, what did you think of the no call for the first down?
I haven't seen the highlights as of yet. But all I know is that the Philly special that they try to do, just didn't work for them. So honestly, it's
Wait, so did you see the play or did you not see the play?
No, I didn't get to see the play yet, but I will look towards it a little bit later on after this recording. But here's the thing, that Philly special, I mean, come on now. Like we designed it in the Super Bowl against y'all.
You did not design that play. You took that from a college team. The Philly did not fucking okay.
No, but it did not.
If you didn't watch the play, then don't. No. If you didn't watch it, then you don't know. Like you're like.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
Don't worry.
Other people have done that play, Elijah.
Yeah,
that's Philly teams have done that play before. I think every high school team has done that play before Philly did. But
so yeah, when I saw, I watched the end of the fourth quarter. Cam Newton, he seemed to be fucking under pressure every time. Every mistake he made or every throw that was like incomplete, he's getting pressured left and right. They got to work on the offensive line. I'm not going to put all the blame on Cam. I think he did miss a few big throws, little inconsistent, but a lot of that was due to the defensive pressure from the Bucs. They now have Ndamukong Suh, who's an absolute beast. He was putting serious fucking pressure on him. I still like Cam Newton as a quarterback. I don't know if you guys saw in the press conference, he wore that veil looking like a 1950s old woman. That was wild. Saying, I got to look at myself in the mirror while wearing that shit. Oh, my God.
No, here's the thing before you go, Connor. The thing is that I think Cam I think he seems a little bit, a little injured, just a little bit.
Right.
In terms of his mobility, it's like it's not 100%.
He's coming off the shoulder injury. Yeah, very well could be injured. Connor,
yeah, he could still be injured. So go ahead.
And also, well, the thing is too is like, because the biggest thing about Cam's play last night, and I noticed this towards the end of the season last year when they went on that like extreme losing streak, is like he just completely stopped running the ball. And that might be because of the injury, but that also might be because North Turner, their OC, is like his whole thing is like a very conservative offense that doesn't like a conservative passing offense that does not like force turnovers or anything like that. And so that might be something that he's being coached out of as well. It's just not running the ball and not like taking those unnecessary risks. Absolutely. And the problem is that like I don't know if Cam is. I mean, the thing is like, I mean, I'm sure he can make big time throws and like long throws and stuff like that, but I don't know if he can make them accurately enough to where he can rely on his arm to make big plays. And I think, I mean, if it's the injury thing, that's a separate story. But if it's a coaching thing, then they need to allow him to run again because like they needed him. McCaffrey only had like 50 yards last night, when he had 250 the game before. So I don't know. I mean, it was a poor showing from the Panthers. That was an extremely poor showing. And I didn't expect them to win this one or to lose this one either. I thought I was in the same boat as you, Taylor. So, but yeah, that's my 2 cents on it.
I thought the Panthers were going to come in and steamroll the Bucs. Your crab legs McGee boy didn't play too bad last night.
I told you. I'm surprised. I'm very shocked.
He pulled up.
He went 16 for 25, 208 yards and a touchdown. So, okay. So we could talk about Jets versus Browns. I know, Elijah, you got a hot take about what's going on with Sam Darnold. Let's hear your thoughts. This is going to be the Monday Night Football game coming up this weekend. Very anticipated game. 2 sophomore year quarterbacks. It was a great game last year, Thursday Night Football. Rematch of that game. What do you got?
I got basically like right now, it's like the whole thing with Adam Gase coming out of the press conference saying that, Sam Darnold got mono. I'm like, dude, really? You really got to put his business out there like that? Come on now. It's like you gotta just let him know that he's like, sick or something. Like, come on now. You don't have to put his business out there. It's like
it was a little weird. He came out, it was like it was just the way he said it. Like I can understand if he had mono, but he was almost like jokey and sarcastic about it. It just seemed unprofessional a little bit, right?
Yeah, that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I don't know if he's just, I know he's probably like, snorting something. I don't know what it is. But all of that to say is that, you really should have never did that. That's really unprofessional. So it's like you can't just put your business out there like that. Number one. Number two, actually Le'Veon Bell is actually hurt right now too, so he might not be playing as well coming into Monday night. So
he got the MRI in the shoulder and he will be in the game. He will be playing.
Will be in the game. Yeah. Okay. So that
was questionable. Yeah, he's playing.
So yeah. So basically, I say that I think I might be leaning towards the Browns to win that game by a slight margin, but it's just that I don't know if it's like who if they can really play out as it's supposed to be. Like I'm really was hoping that the Jets will definitely destroy them, but here we go.
All right, Connor, what you got?
I mean that. Who's their backup again? It's not Tannehill. It's like Trevor Siemian, is it? Right?
Yeah, it's Trevor Siemian. Yeah.
Is it Trevor Siemian?
Yeah,
from Denver. Wow.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
All right.
So he's good for like 3 wins. So I mean, maybe they'll go.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Oh, in the next 3, who knows? I just, I think that. I mean, the thing about Gase's press conference too is like he was so sulky when he was actually saying, he didn't even say Sam Darnold has mono. He was like, and number 14 has mono. He just called him by his number. He didn't even say his name, which was
he's a weird fucking guy, dude.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you that he's snorting on something. I'm telling you.
It's not even he's snorting something. It's almost he's always on like LSD or some shit.
I don't know what it is, but keep going. Go ahead.
Who do you think's gonna win? What do you prediction?
I mean, I think that if the Browns don't win, then they're really fucked. Like, I think the Browns have to win this one. That's the thing. It's like everything tells me that it's like they had a tough game last week. They're going up against an opponent where their quarterback is injured, and everything tells me that they have to win this. It's not so much that like the Browns will win. It's more it's their game to lose. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I think after the game last week, this is almost like a must-win for the Browns because their schedule gets much more difficult. In the next 4 weeks, they have the Rams, the Ravens, and the Patriots. So those are going to be, if you lose to the Jets and the Titans, kiss this fucking season goodbye. I think this is a must-win for the Browns. I think Sam Darnold with mono. Have you guys ever had mono? I had mono when I was 14. Dude, it's actually the fucking worst. You get so sick to your stomach. Worst diarrhea I've had in my entire fucking life, dude. It's so like I shit my pants in my bed one night. Literally, like in the middle of the night, just shit my pants. It's fucking gross. Yeah, dude, it's pretty fucked up, bro.
Yeah. No,
damn. So,
yeah. That's why you don't make out with 13-year-old boys.
I was gonna say, dude, I thought like high school kids get mono. I didn't think adults get that shit, dude.
That's what I thought, dude.
It's their immune system. I'm telling you, that immune system of his body might be a little bit sus. But okay.
Rich Eisen's a Jets fan, and he was saying yesterday that he's like he is convinced that the Patriots sending Demaryius Thomas to the Jets, like they sent him over with mono so they could get Sam Darnold.
Yeah,
I saw that. That was pretty funny. All right, now that so we're on the Browns. What do you guys think about Odell Beckham wearing the $350,000 watch during the game? Did you guys see that at all?
Yes, I did.
I heard it. I didn't see the watch, but I heard about it though. I heard that it was like $1 million or some shit like that.
So my thing with this is, dude, I don't really give a fuck if he wears the watch. If he wants to be flashy, you can be flashy, but you have to fucking come out and ball and win the fucking game. My whole thing with that, if you want to be outspoken and loud and like wear like chains and do that stuff, you have to like fucking show up on the court. He had like 7 catches for like 78 yards in a loss. So I think it's dumb that he lost and did that. If he had went out and put up like 200 yards and did that shit, then I think it's totally fine. I think that's a fucking awesome baller move. But I don't really give a fuck other than that. You just have to win and play well, and I don't think he did. So that's my take on that. I wanted to ask about the Browns. Oh, yeah. It also came out, Odell Beckham Jr. is talking to former Browns teammates, and they're saying that former defensive coordinator Greg Schiano, was that the guy from last year?
Oh, no. Greg, he used to be the Saints DC. Is it Greg Olson?
No, not Greg Olson. He's a tight end.
Greg Williams.
Greg
Williams. So if you remember, Antonio Brown got injured. He got taken out by his knee in a former Browns preseason games 2 seasons ago. Former players are now telling him that Greg Williams, defensive coordinator, was instructing players to take Odell Beckham out of the game. So that's kind of fucked up. I don't know if you saw that shit.
Oh, well, do you remember what he did when he was the DC for the Saints, though?
Yeah, that's the same thing too. Yep. I remember.
That was Bounty Gate. That's the same guy.
That's the guy from Bounty Gate. Yeah.
Holy shit! I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
it's the same
guy.
Dude,
that guy's a scumbag, dude.
Yeah.
So no wonder why they won the Super Bowl still, but surprisingly.
Well, that's in all honesty, that's probably a big reason why. That might be part of the reason why they
won that Super Bowl.
Rushed into the Freddie Kitchens hires because they didn't want to keep Greg Williams around for too long because he's fucking unpredictable, you know?
No, you don't want to have that guy be the face of your team as a head coach.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So, that also might have been a factor in that, but I mean, who knows? But yeah, so yeah, he's a
complete scumbag.
shocked with that. I really